A young Maria sailing the seas of time. Come with me and plunder the time stream. Your time has just begun. Time and time and time again. This won't be the last time we meet, nor the first. Hello and welcome to Dolphin's Dive, the weekly strategically minded Handelabra stream hosted by yours truly, Dolphin. Handelabra believes in civil rights for everyone and in being as inclusive as possible, so any comments or activity actively working against that goal are not welcome and will not be tolerated. You can follow us at Handelabra Games on Twitch and Handelabra on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. You can follow me personally at Dolphin on Twitch and on Twitter at Dolphin21. On YouTube is also Dolphin, but with no digits. Sentinels, the Multiverse, and One Deck Dungeon are available on Steam, iOS, and Android devices, as well as analog, cardboard, ink, and dice, and you can get the games and more info at Handelabra.com. Hello, guys! Oh, I'm upside down. Thought I would just mess with that thing a little bit. How did I do that again? Transform, that's what I do. There we go. Back to normal. Everything's back to normal now. So, we're sitting here with La Comodora, and we're playing a game against La Capitan because I felt that would be fitting. Okay, I'm done screwing with that stuff. Oh, boy. We'll fix that. Alright, we're playing against La Capitan with La Comodora. Specifically, we're playing with Curse of the Black Spot, which means that I get to read out all of these cards yet again. Yet again? I don't know. I didn't do this before, but this was previously featured by Pirate Savvy on Deck a couple weeks ago, but now I am playing the variant Curse of the Black Spot. And the base power is different than her original power. This power says, La Comodora deals one target 2 energy damage, discard the top card of a deck. Her original base power said shuffle a card from a hero trash into the deck. No, not quite that. Sorry, let me rephrase. Shuffle a hero deck and then put a card from the trash underneath the top card of the deck. That's what it was. But this version of La Comodora is a more offensive, deals a target 2 energy damage, so it's a base power that deals damage, plus it has the effect of discarding the top card of a deck, which means that it's possible to try to filter the villain deck for various cards, or to try to shuffle a particular deck a little more quickly. Also, we like to have cards in La Comodora's trash because one of her abilities lets her grab an equipment card from her trash, and I'm sure there's other things. I'll be completely honest with you, I haven't had time this week. It's been a crazy week. I've had an exam this week. I have to proctor. I have to write 2 exams next week. I've been bouncing all over the place, so I'm not 100% familiar with La Comodora. I have played her a couple times, but I don't remember her cards inside and out. So if you were expecting an awesome pants stream, it still will be awesome pants, but it'll be a learning experience for both of us. It's the Jeremy version of La Comodora. Yes, it is. So, we'll read these cards out loud. Chronological Sweet Spot, Ongoing Limited. At the start of your turn, destroy one of your ongoing or equipment cards. At the end of your turn, reveal the top card of each hero deck. If the revealed card is a one-shot, play it. If not, discard it. So we can try to get a lot of one-shots in play with this card, but it does have the penalty of destroying one of La Comodora's cards. We have Combat Training, Ongoing Limited. If La Comodora will be dealt 3 or more damage, prevent that damage, and La Comodora may deal 1 target 2 projectile damage, then destroy this card. So it's sort of like Expatriate's Flak Jacket, except it also has an offensive part involved with that. And so you could perhaps prevent a lot of damage and maybe destroy a target that might do something else to other things. We have Flintlock and Cutlass. One shot. La Comodora deals 1 target 2 projectile damage. La Comodora deals 1 target 2 melee damage. So a one shot that deals damage, 2 damage effects, 2 and 2, which means that it can be affected significantly by damage reductions, affected significantly by damage increases as well. And Moria Elena's Plot. Ongoing Limited. Whenever one of your equipment cards is destroyed, either draw a card or La Comodora deals each villain target 1 fire damage. You may look at the bottom card of your deck at any time. This is an amazing card because, for one, you can look at the bottom card of your deck at any time. But it does have a retaliatory effect to equipment destruction. You can draw a card because she needs a lot of card draw to fuel some of her cards, or she can deal each villain target 1 fire damage, and this can add up pretty significantly, especially against a villain that has lots of targets. Especially one that likes to destroy cards as well, such as, I don't know, a Capitan. So we didn't get to see one of these special equipment cards, but all of these equipments that she has that's nice and adds an extra effect has the clause at the start of your turn, either discard a card or destroy this card. So it's similar to Scholar in that regard. And like Scholar's elements require him to discard a card to maintain the element, which means that Capitan or Comodora needs to have some card draw in order to be able to feel these things. We don't have any of them in hand right now, but notice that there are equipments. This synergizes with Maria Elena's plot. With Chronological Sweet Spot, we might, put this in play and then play an equipment card that will give me an extra effect, but also Chronological Sweet Spot could just give me lots of card plays on the hero side. And then Concordant Elm. It's a silent H, guys. It's Concordant Elm. Concordant Helm is a special card that when we get it, we'll have some fun with it. This is one that does want equipment cards in the trash because it can help fuel your ability to keep various equipments in play. Once an equipment card is destroyed, you can bring it back a little more quickly, or you can keep putting extra cards into your hand for discard fodder. Plus, it allows you to play power and draw in any order. I did notice that an on-deck Pirate Savvy wanted this card and was digging for this card and kind of refused to do anything without this card. You don't really need this card. It's a great card, but we can certainly play the game without it. Otherwise, it'd be a lot difficult to be reliant on that card. Anyway, that is what Comodora is starting with, so that's her. We also have Tempest here, who has Electrical Storm, Into the Stratosphere, Reclaim from the Deep, and Vicious Cyclone. So if we had switched the order of Tempest in La Comodora, we could Into the Stratosphere a villain card, and in La Comodora could discard the top card of the deck to get rid of that villain card without having to destroy it outright. Which, you can't quite do that in this game, but maybe we could with someone who's maybe able to do various things. We have the Naturalist, who has 2 Feral Furies, an Indomitable Force, and the Deadly Crocodile. And we have Guise, who has Look What I Found, Retcon, Say Cheese, and Extreme. I picked these 3 companions because they're sort of aquatic in nature. Tempest, has a Cleansing Downpour. That's sort of a thing. He kind of could look like a fish, Naturalist could change into a fish if he wanted to, probably. Deadly Crocodile is at least semi-aquatic, so there's that. And Guise, he jumps sharks. Wherever that card is. Oh, it's right there. I couldn't see it because of the digit. He jumps sharks, Literally jumps the shark. I guess it's technically shark jumping, but I like to think of that card as the jumping the shark card. We ran out of things for Guise to do, so we had him literally jump with a shark. And Tempest can breathe underwater and talk to fish. True. Yes. Okay. Fair enough. All right, so La Capitan, we're playing her on standard. I've had enough with ultimates. I'm just gonna play standard games from now on, guys. If Pirate Savvy can do that, I'm gonna do it too. So we have La Capitan with the La Parada Magnifica. And at the start of the villain turn, if there are 3 cards underneath her, she flips, in which case she becomes immune to damage, or rather damage gets prevented as long as a card is moved out of underneath her, which actually with Time Cataclysm might not happen, and deals damage at the end of her turn on her front side. And since this is not challenged, we're not starting with a bunch of crew unless she decides to start with a bunch of crew herself. Let's see what we get. We have Chip, who likes to chip away at us. And then we have All Together Now, which deals 2 damage, and La Parada Magnifico is not in the trash. So that was a pretty tame start of turn, or start of game there. What's not a very good card? The Concordant Elm. It's not a very good card. Okay, we would like to get rid of the ship if we can. We can Stratosphere it, but don't have a means of discarding after that point. Maybe. I mean, actually, Guise could discard the top card of every deck by literally jumping the shark. But we don't have that card. So instead, we should think about if we could get rid of the ship, which we do have 2 damage from base power, 1 damage from Squall, no extra damage other than into the stratosphere, but that doesn't hit the ship. Naturalist could Pharaoh Fury for some damage, and then, but the Deadly Crocodile would kind of be better to put out, I guess, first. And then Guise has not that much damage. 3, and then 2, and then 1 is 6. Flintlock and Cutlass would do 4, so ship would be down to 5, 3, 2. Oh, we might be able to do it, actually. Let's just go for it. I like to get rid of extra villain card plays to slow down the villain. Stopping the villain from doing many things at once tends to work out better. And now we can select a card from which, let's select a card from which to discard a deck. Yes, that's exactly how this works. I don't really see any benefit, though, to any particular deck. I mean, we could try to discard from hero decks to get a particular card from a trash that we could then proceed to reclaim, but why wouldn't we just draw that card instead? Comodora could put equipments in the trash because, well, she doesn't actually have that card yet, so it's not going to really work out. Chronological Sweet Spot would synergize well with Reclaim from the Deep, but we have these heroes in the wrong order again. So I think I'm just going to discard from Capitan, because if we can get rid of Crew, putting him in the trash, I know that she can dig for Crew from the trash, but if we get him out of the deck, then the card that searches the deck would fail. Let's see. Oh, we got rid of Mabel. All right, I'm happy with that. We don't need Mabel. All right, and then we drew another Chronological Sweet Spot. So this is limited, so we can't have more than one in play, but we could put this into play and have it destroy itself. You just normally choose La Comodora for that discard if nothing else seems better. Well, I'm pretty happy with my decision here, folks. Then she's gonna play the whatever card, the thing, the raiding party. No, that's the one that searches the deck. Motley Crue, yes. She's going to play Motley Crue now, and I'm going to feel really foolish. We'll put out the Electrical Storm. Tempest loves dealing indiscriminate damage as long as there's no penalties for doing so, and there will be none in this game. Let me get another Into the Stratosphere, so then we can get Naturalist set up with the Crocodile for the +1. And we draw a Pharaoh Fury. Are we just going to keep drawing the first card in our hands? That's all we've done. Look what I found for some damage. And now I don't have to play Say Cheese, because I could play it on Chip and play another card, but that's not going to help. Retcon's not going to do anything except destroy Electrical Storm or Deadly Crocodile. Extreme isn't going to do anything, so I'm just going to draw a card. And we get Gimmicky Character. No, that was supposed to be Retcon! That was supposed to be Retcon! Oh well. Now I'm going to draw... yeah, I'm that guy. That was supposed to be Gimmicky Character! Time Cataclysm gives me a Marsquake. So 2 damage to each target at the start of the environment turn. Destroy a villain ongoing, a hero ongoing, and an environment card. Which means it's going to destroy itself. It is going to destroy a hero ongoing. Let's see if she plays a villain ongoing here. But first, a message from these sponsors. Chips. Eat chips. Raiding party. Okay. Well, we didn't get Mabel. We skipped Mabel. This raiding party would have gone off the next turn anyway, but we got Siegebreaker, True Shot, and Battle Forged. Well, we don't have another Electrical Storm. So let's get rid of the crocodile, because Naturalist can get these back very easily. So, who has the highest HP? This doesn't matter because Chip's going to hit the other one. I guess it does matter. It's a little more damage to this person. Naturalist is okay with taking damage. True Shot does that. Battleforge doesn't like Tempest. Base has a pretty sick combo with Chronological Sweet Spot. I'm not quite sure what the combo is, though. Because you're saying... Oh, the original base power, where I could put a certain card on top of La Comodora's underneath top card deck. She draws a card, and then Chronological Sweet Spot puts it into play as long as it's a one-shot. Yeah, let's do fun stuff. Chronological Sweet Spot shenanigans. And Battle Forged, I don't like. Anything that makes the lowest HP hero take damage makes them a lowest or hero HP. So, a lowest or HP hero. So I'm going to hit that. And everyone says Comodora, so I'm going to hit Comodora. Chromodora, yes. Chromodora. We're playing with La Comodora. We discarded Paradoxa Figurehead. Equipment. At the start of your turn, either discard a card or destroy this card. Increase damage dealt by hero targets in this play area by 1. At the end of your turn, you may move this card to a play area that doesn't contain a Paradoxa Figurehead. So this is a fun card, because it's not limited for 1, so you can put many of these in play. She has a total of 2. 2? Really? Only 2? So you could put 2 into her. I feel like there should be more than that. But you could put 2 into her. You could put 2 in her play area to increase her damage by 2, or you could move them around to give various heroes +1 at the end of your turn. So, at the end of your turn, reveal the top card of each hero deck. If the revealed card is a one-shot, play it. If not, discard it. And we don't have ongoings on the villain side, so any hero that will forcibly destroy an ongoing card we don't want to have go off. So let's... I know Tempest is safe because it's optional. And it's a one-shot, so we do deal damage. And it's 5 damage. Let's just chip away at Battleforged. I think Naturalist's ongoing destruction requires Gazelle. Crafty Assault? Yeah, so... And it's a May in any case. Naturalist has a one-shot, and speaking of Crafty Assault, so notice that every time one of these cards gets played, True Shot heals, since this is actually play and not put into play, so I can't damage True Shot effectively. Chip doesn't do too much. Siegebreaker does do a bit, but I'm going to focus on Capitan. And I do have a third choice here. So I guess since this is 2, I'll put it on Chip. So Comodora or Guise. Guise could destroy something, so Comodora is a one-shot. You may destroy an ongoing card, an environment card, or a target with 1 HP. If a card is destroyed this way, draw cards until you have 5 cards in hand. And so, you could destroy Marsquake, which is good because it's only going to destroy one of our cards and then itself, so we'll destroy it. And I draw a Paradoxa Figurehead. And Guise had an oh yeah, I'm that guy, but it's not a one-shot, so it got discarded. So 3 out of 4 heroes got card plays there. So that's nice. So do we want to Stratosphere? We do have gimmicky characters, so I could in fact destroy one of these things by Stratospheering it and then gimmicky charactering it away. So True Shot is generally pretty hard to take out. She doesn't do too much herself though, but 3 damage keeps adding up over the course of the game, and she's very difficult to take out. And I don't really have a reason to play the other cards, so I'll just Stratosphere the True Shot. and I'll hit everyone. Let me draw another lightning slash. Excellent. So I have 3 Feral Furies and an Indomitable Force. I don't have the crocodile part of this though. And I misspoke earlier when I said I could do 2 and 2. I need the croc and play to do that. But I could play this since I have a bunch and take out Battle Forged. And I want my crocodile back. Oh. Oh, you stole it. Oh, I should pay attention to rules. Hi, welcome to Dolphin's Dive, this weekly strategically minded I forget what I'm doing stream. Deadly Crocodile is underneath La Capitan, so I cannot get that card back. Remember when I said Naturalist can get it back quite easily? Nope. So that was a bit of a misplay. But I can get the Rhino or the Gazelle. And the Rhino at least gives me a damage reduction and card draw. The Gazelle is an HP recovery machine, but I don't have anything that activates Gazelles. But I do have an Indomitable Force that is a Croc effect, or a Rhino effect. And it is an extra damage reduction with an optional redirect, as long as I have this checked off. Which I generally leave it off. I put it back on for some reason, but I generally leave that off because I don't mind the extra clicking, so I'll put the Rhino, I think, in play. And I get a Gazelle card. But Hyperactive Senses, though, can work really well in conjunction with Comodora, because we could try to control it so that there's a one-shot in a particular spot, depending on whether we're going to draw the top card before her turn or not. And then with the chronological sweet spot, it will put it into play, or play it rather. You know what? I'm Comodora now. Look at me. I'm the Comodora now. There's a reason I'm doing this. It's because I can. Who wants extra card plays? Everyone does. I was going to play gimmicky character, though, so I should do that. Because we were stratusphering True Shot, so I could do that. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm discarding cards that would have been revealed by, oh yeah, I'm that guy. So if I'm discarding a one-shot, that's bad. Chain Lightning would have been played. Oh well. Naturalist would have played. No, Indomitable Force would have been discarded. Guys. Oh yeah, that was doing things there. Guys would have played. Where did I leave that? But we did discard True Shot and apparently passing Tumbleweed, so guys regain 2 HP. Yay! Now what? Might as well play something. Say cheese. Take out Chip. I do have this extra blow, but I can take out Chip and hit the Capitan. Let me see that. And then we do things. Tempest, ongoing. Naturalist, ongoing. Comodora, equipment. Guys! You're bad at this! Oh boy. That was not as exciting as I thought it would be. Alright. Guys may not use powers. Let's remember that key fact, because I'm going to proceed to forget it. Siegebreaker deals 2. Let's hit Naturalist with this one. Oh yeah, because he has the -1, so that's fine. And since this is irreducible, might as well not give Naturalist the irreducible damage. Now the chronological hotspot is gone. But we now have a Brig Teleporter here. Equipment. At the start of your turn, either discard a card or destroy this card. At the end of your turn, La Comodora may deal one target 1 irreducible energy damage. Then, if that target has 5 or fewer HP, it cannot deal damage until the start of your turn. It's a means of preventing damage and dealing irreducible damage, which is great. But it's one of those equipments that has that cost. which isn't inherently bad. We have the Pardoha figurehead. At the start of your turn, either discard a card or destroy this card. Increase damage dealt by hero targets in its play area by 1. At the end of your turn, you may move this card to a play area that doesn't contain a Pardoha figurehead. I probably already read that out loud because I know I talked about that card, but it's in my hand. And this is... I have to discard a card to keep that card in play as well. And so it's probably nice to either build a base of cards before I start doing things like that, or put some sort of thing out that lets me draw extra cards, but I don't have one of those right now. So, with Break Teleporter, I can actually stop the giant mutated specimen from dealing damage, which is okay. It's at least something. Chronological Sweet Spot. I mean, we would probably like to keep one of these in play for a while. It's kind of hard to keep this in play without losing all of my stuff, but... combat trading, damage prevention effect, Maria Elena's plot. Let's go put this in play and see what the bottom of my deck is. Yes, Concordant Elm is good for the double drawing, but there's other means of her drawing additional cards beyond that. The bottom card of my deck is Maria Elena's plot. Oh, and you can also see that if you click on the deck, which is actually literally the same card that's in play right now, so that's cool. But let's do something here. I would rather hit Capitan with that, and let's discard Comodora. Got rid of Ship Shape, and we draw Harnessed Anomaly. So we could Stratosphere Siegebreaker to get rid of him and his damage reduction. And then Hyperactive Senses, we could at least bury it a little bit. We don't have the Gazelle though, so we can't discard the top card of the deck. But we could actually, yeah, we could use Hyperactive Senses to put Siegebreaker second from the top. And then we could have La Comodora, after Capitan plays whatever the top card is, discard a card. And even if Siegebreaker is, like, the better option to put into play, we could discard the terrible card. So this can actually help us control, to an extent, what Capitan plays. Of course, naturally, Naturalist would be able to do this himself with the Gazelle power, but we can also, you know, shortcut it with Capitan. So let's put Siegebreaker on top because it's at least a known entity. And if the top card of Capitan's deck is awful, we could put Siegebreaker back into play and then just discard the terrible card. Or if we like both cards, we'll leave both cards in play. So Hyperactive Senses, Capitan, and then we can choose one other deck. And I think I'm going to look at Time Cataclysm to try to control it a little bit. And as you can see, we have some terrible choices here. Maria Elena's Revenge actually isn't a bad play, because there's no other villain target in play. And Guise could retcon it, so we do have the means of getting rid of it. The issue is if main computer room comes into play. On the other hand, Crushing Hallway is here, and the means of getting rid of it is to discard a hand. If we don't destroy it, it deals each target 4 melee damage and destroys all hero ongoing cards, which is pretty scary. And we don't have another means of getting rid of environment cards, so we would kind of have to discard a hand to keep it in play. And Guise cannot be that hero because we need that retcon. Tempest probably could live with it. Naturalist could probably live with it too, maybe, but I don't know. I guess the answer is Crushing Hallway here. Maria Elena's Revenge here. See, I put out the Rhinoceros to draw cards, but now I have to think about discarding a hand. I guess Tempest is okay with discarding his hand. I mean, Reclaim from the Deep would be nice, but but I don't want to have to discard the other people's hands. And we get another hyperactive senses, so we could do the same trick next turn. Alright, so we have to keep retcon. Let me see that. We could steal an equipment card and have that affect Guise, which there are none, so that's useless. Extreme damage dealt by Guise is irreducible and cannot be redirected, so that's useless. And Guise cannot use a power, so we're going to skip the card play, skip the power phase, and draw 2 cards. And we have an I can do that too! So Guise could copy Comodora's power! Oh my gosh, crushing hallway? No way! So I guess in order to not have this wreck our game, I guess we don't need to destroy Maria Elena's Revenge immediately, but so we could have used retcon to get rid of the crushing hallway, but I'm okay with this. Okay. Harnessed Anomaly. Shuffle a card from your trash into its deck. Put the top card of that deck into play. You may draw a card or play a card. So, we could get a random card play from a hero that might appreciate a random card play since they lost some of their setup. Shuffling a card from their trash into the deck, which doesn't guarantee that it will be played, but can perhaps help them get a card back. Or we could look at the other things. Caparda Figurehead. Tempest would like the +1, but there's not as many targets to hit now, so it's like it benefits Electrical Storm, it benefits base power, but that's just an extra 2 damage if I put the figurehead into play. Which, I mean, I guess it also benefits Comodora herself, because we're going to play it. It can only be played into her play area. It moves at the end of her turn. So, there's that. Combat training is damage prevention. She is currently tied for highest, so we could actually play it. And then Capitan tries to damage Comodora, and it doesn't happen. But I don't know that that's too effective. I don't want to do that until I have something slightly more set up. So I guess, yeah, let's do the figurehead. Because let's start just playing with the figurehead and doing random stuff with it. And we're discarding Capitan because we're getting rid of Siegebreaker now. Take Time, which we had seen previously. So this could have destroyed Giant Mutated Specimen, but I needed to have drawn it, which would have been hard. And we'll move this to Tempest. If you really wanted to, you could move it to Capitan's play area and increase all villain targets damage by 1. You could also move it to the environment play area. It doesn't say a hero play area, so that's cool. Now, I could skip the power to draw an additional card, but since I have the figurehead, I'm just gonna do the damage. Reclaim from the Deep. That would have been played, actually, if we had used Chronological Sweet Spot. So, Indomitable Force could be used. I would kind of prefer if I could combo it. We discarded 1, but a Resilient Hide combos really well with this. But there's only 1 more in my deck. It would increase her damage. Oh, is it hero damage? Increased damage dealt by hero targets. Okay. You should read cards, Lude. Increased damage dealt by hero targets in this play area by 1. You know, it can actually increase Heroic Infinitor's damage. Fun fact. Alright. Predator's Eye. It could increase damage to Capitan. Feral Fury is just some damage right now. Blend into the pack. Reduce damage by the number of environment targets, but there are none, so that's not going to do anything. I mean, that can at least combo with Indomitable Force, though. And then Hyperactive Senses, which I think we said we were going to do again to try to control her again. Capitan and Cataclysm, and we get... Right, main computer room, which is bad. Atlantean Throne Room, which, as we found out last time I demoed an Oblivion Hero, is an amazing card. I'm going to put that on top. I know it will lower our damage overall, but it will give us extra cards, which Tempest will like. Walk the Plank is prevent powers and deal damage. La Piste, if it's put into play outside of the villain turn, it's pretty dangerous. If it's put in play on the villain turn and not by Mabel, then it's okay, because we can get rid of him pretty easily. I think I'm going to go put La Piste in play, because if I can't deal with the main computer room, like if I can't figure out a way to get rid of the main computer room, I guess we could just have Comodora discard it, but I'll put La Piste on top, and we'll deal with him. And we get some more cards, like Cornered Beast, Primal Charge, and Crafty Assault. Right, so if I'm putting La Piste into play, I should get rid of Maria Elena's Revenge. And... what now? Well... Capitan is guaranteed to hit Guise, but we know what the environment and Capitan is doing, and none of them are going to hit Guise beyond one time. So unless Guise wants to hit himself, Gritty Reboot's not going to do too much. So I'm just going to draw a card here. Such as I can do that too. I mean, I could have had Guise intentionally discard main computer room with I can do that too, but we can have Comodora do that. So I'll just draw another card, try to get more setup here. And by setup, I mean have better cards. Sunfire is going to criticize me for saying better cards. You have amazing cards. You should be playing those cards. There's ways to use those cards that are amazing. Oh my gosh, it's La Piste. Okay. I have to discard a card to keep part of the figurehead in play. I'm going to get rid of combat timing. I think now is not the time for that. And let's do Harnessed Anomaly, and let's do this on Comodora. And what do we want to shuffle in? Ship Shape is a nice card because the first time you discard a card, you may draw a card, so it basically means the first equipment you put into play is free. At the start of your turn, you may discard a card. If you do, put one of your equipment or ongoing cards in play on top of your deck, and then play the top card of your deck. That effect is, as I've read, it's kind of hard to take 100% advantage of. In fact, from what my first glance at the cards, I'm not sure what benefit this is, but it does let Comodora get the Paradaha figurehead on top of her deck and then play it, and now it's on top of her, or it's there for her, and so she benefits from it without having to move it manually. The other equipments, though, it's kind of hard because most of them have a detrimental start of turn effect, but anyway. It also lets you reorder your cards, yes. So if you want specific end of turn effects to trigger in a certain order, you can reorder the cards via Ship Shape, yes. I think we want... I mean, we could get the figurehead, but let's try to get Ship Shape if we can. You get Temporal Rigging instead. Start of your turn, either discard a card or destroy this card. At the end of your turn, a hero may use a power. If none do, you may draw a card. Okay, excellent. And it's not my start of turn, so I don't have the detrimental effect there. Draw a card or play a card. Let's draw. Take time. And now we want to discard from Cataclysm. Because we get rid of that card. And there's the Concordant Elm. I'm going to keep saying Concordant Elm, I guess. I'm going to move this card to a play area that doesn't contain the figurehead. So Tempest currently has it. I could move it to the Tempest play area, which does nothing. Is there anyone who has big damage dealing potential coming up? Tempest without it can't do damage now. So it's at least letting him do something there. And I'm not really doing much offense with Naturalist right now. I could get set up for offense, but the big card that helps is there. Guise doesn't have much in the way of offense because his only damage dealing card is Say Cheese, or I can do that too on someone else. So I think we're going to leave it where it is. A hero may use a power. If none do, you may draw a card. So I'm tempted to skip, but if I skip it to draw a card, then I'm essentially having a net 0 here. I'm playing this card. I mean, it was forcibly played, but I have this card in play so I can draw a card, so that start of my turn I have a card I could discard for this card that lets me draw a card. So oh, interesting. If you use her base power, it will trigger ship shape to give you a card draw if you haven't discarded already this turn. That is a fair point, because it says on ship shape, the first time you discard a card each turn, you may discard a card. You may draw a card. So when you discard a card, including from an effect that says discard the top card of a deck, it can trigger that. I mean, I could just, I didn't play this myself, so I could just have it destroy itself. And since it would destroy itself, I could then draw a card from it or deal each villain target 1 fire damage, which is now 0. So it's at least an effect to use. Tempest could deal 1 damage, but that's not too much. Guise could not deal damage because 1 damage is reduced, and then draw or play, but nothing too exciting there. Unless he wants to steal temporal rigging. Which actually, if he steals temporal rigging, then we kind of bypass the whole at the start of your turn discard or destroy, which is interesting. Naturalist. Oh, I didn't really want to do that. Well, we'll do it. Draw cards, Naturalist. That's what I wanted to do. Yes. Naturalist with 2 cards is better than Comodora with 1 card, is what I just decided on, apparently. Okay. We do have a reclaim. So actually, we would like to be able to combo this with Chronological Sweet Spot, but that's going to be tough because heroes are out of order. But what we could do, although we don't have that card anymore, we could have, oh yeah, on that guide, but they got trashed. So we can't really reclaim in the right order. And, I mean, we have a lot of cards in our trash because we've been discarding cards through various means, but certainly there's some heroes that would like some of these cards back, like Resilient Tide, actually. We wanted that card. We can get it easily. And we lost the card that I wanted to have because I shuffled it into my deck instead, but I mean, we can get another chronological. You can get 1 Chronological Sweet Spot back. So let's do this. Let's just have fun with this. I'm gonna put Reclaim on top of my deck, and I'll just keep reclaiming, and we'll just have this infinite combo. Resilient Tide. And I guess I'll take, oh yeah, I'm that guy, and we'll just... I mean, since I can reclaim with reclaim, I could just keep having, like, Comodora and Guise do chronological sweet spot shenanigans. This could be fun. Let's see how this works out. Alright. Unfortunately, Naturalist has not drawn the cards yet. Deal damage, but that will be reduced by 1. Increase damage to target by 1. I want to try to have a super setup turn for that, and we're not there yet. So I guess let's put out Blend into the pack, even though there's no environment targets, but if there will be, then Naturalist could start defending the team very easily. So guys, what's up, pal? What do you want to do? Extreme could actually benefit you now. It will prevent or stop the damage reduction by Atlantean Throne Room. The piece is actually going to go off. We forgot about him. We said we're going to get rid of him, and then we didn't. So let's deal with Lapiste, and there's a way to deal with Lapiste. It's called Extreme, and then Temporal Rigging. But oh no, I don't have. Oh yeah, I'm that guy, so I kind of can't do the shenanigan that I want. I put the wrong card on top of my deck for that, I think. I could not that one. Say cheese, because the piece will be at 5 or fewer, so I can play an additional card. So, at the end of your turn, a hero may use a power. If I steal Temporal Rigging to give another hero a power, that's not going to really do me too much, though. Because at most, I'll be able to do 1 damage with that to Lapiste. If I can do that too. I can copy Comodora's power to deal 2 damage. But then I still won't be able to take out Lapiste. I mean, I have the 1 damage here, but that's not going to get rid of Lapiste. I could search my deck or trash for a form, but I don't have any in my deck or trash, so that's going to just fizzle. So let's just copy... I'll take the Paradaha figurehead, but I can't actually do anything with it because it's in Tempest play area, and I can only move at the end of my turn. Oh no, I did get. Oh yeah, I'm that guy. Duh. I put that card on top. Oh man, I can't remember what I did 5 seconds ago. Jeez. All right, here we go. Here I'm gonna use a power. Tempest, use a power. And then everyone will draw a card to keep this card in play. Chronological Sweet Spot. Electrical Storm. Natural Forms Power. Selling out. And we get Rift in Time, number 1. And Filter Spy, reducing damage to the Naturalist. And then ouch. And then this. Someone's not going to use a power. His name is Guise. I guess. Sorry, guys. Sorry, Sanvar, too. Sanvar is now mad. Sanvar has unfollowed Handelabra Games. Okay. I still have to discard for Paradaha figurehead, so let's ditch Brig Teleporter because it's not going to do that much. I could use it to stop the piece from dealing damage, though. Now, do I want to do Chronological Sweet Spot, or do I want to put Concordant Elm? Concordant Elm lets me draw a card at the start of my turn, or draw a card first before I use my play and power, so I draw an additional card. And then at the end of my turn, I can move an equipment from my trash to my hand or the bottom card of my deck to my hand, which, by the way, the bottom card of my deck, I don't know because reasons. I lost the card. What card was it, even? I don't know. For shame. Oh, no, wait, I can't. Why is it not showing up? It's Cannon Portal. That's the bottom card of my deck. Which is also a card I discarded. I think. No, I discarded at one point. Or no, I don't think I did. Never mind. Let's do Concordant Elm. Chronological sweet spot. We can use another turn. I can draw a card to get Run Aground. This says, shuffle any number of equipment cards from your trash into your deck. La Comodora deals one target X irreducible energy damage where X equals the number of cards shuffled into your deck this way plus 1. So this is a card where you want equipment cards in your trash. La Comodora's trash has 4 equipment cards. We could ditch several numbers of them by using her base power on herself, in which case Comodora turns into a Tachyon. So this is not irreducible, and Tempest could get rid of him, so we'll just hit Capitan with this. And now we kind of want to do this on Comodora. We don't really have a reason to do it on anyone else now. And we'll leave this on Tempest. Moving equipment from my trash to my hand actually is detrimental because Run Aground wants equipment in my trash. So let's move the bottom card of my deck to my hand. Might as well do that for a free card. Even if it's a card that I don't want to play, it's at least a card I can discard for Bardoha Figurehead. And now, we shall reclaim from the deep. We're just going to keep doing this for the rest of time. So equipments, unless it's better to have them in play otherwise. Like, I guess Cannon Portal dealing 3 projectile damage at the end of my turn, each turn, is better than saving it up for more damage later, for sure. But Brig Teleporter was one that didn't seem like it would do too much. Getting a second Bardoha Figurehead for an extra +1 could be nice, especially if comboed with Cannon Portal. Since we do have the Concordant Elm, we do kind of want to draw the thingamabobber ship shape. But anyway, Future Tech Deck Gun provides an alternate power. I guess I should read this out loud since we haven't seen this card yet. Future Tech Deck Gun equipment. At the start of your turn, either discard a card or destroy this card. Power. La Comodora deals up to 5 targets 1 irreducible energy damage each. It's irreducible damage, so irreducible damage is valuable with Atlantean Throne Room. But I think I actually want the cannon. No, let's take the figurehead. Yeah, figurehead. And then we'll just keep reclaim. Hyperactive senses to keep control of the villains. And then here, the other, oh yeah, I'm that guy. And now we take out Lepiste. And I draw another reclaim. So now I could save one. All right. I could... Oh no, it's on top of my deck. I don't have it in hand yet. So Brazilian Tide. So now the Rhino is super strong. Because with Atlantean Throne Room, we have a damage reduction. With Formidable Rhinoceros, we have a damage reduction. With Blend into the Pack, we have a damage reduction. Currently 1, but it can alter. Resilient Hide, whenever exactly 1 damage would be dealt to the Naturalist, prevent that damage. So it's sort of a damage reduction, but only when exactly 1 damage is dealt. And the Rhino effect, at the start of your turn, the Naturalist regains 1 HP. So the Naturalist is now a super tank. A tank that rivals Scholar. And he has a card that rivals Scholar as well. Or a deck, yeah, a hand that rivals Scholar. Alright, so I don't need Gritty Reboot as much with Atlantean Throne Room. Oh wait, no, hold on. Hold on. Why did I do that? It says, at the start of your turn, either discard a card or destroy this card. Remember... Oh, yeah, I do actually, yeah. Because I'm let me seeing that, I'm not actually copying that. So if I don't discard a card, Comodora loses temporal rigging. Which, actually, if it gets destroyed, then Maria Elena's plot lets her draw a card or deal damage. So that's actually fine for her. So we'll skip that. Or not, because let me see, that actually doesn't... Ah! The card doesn't affect Comodora because it's currently Guise. Guys! Alright, let's keep it in play so that I can destroy at the start of Comodora's effect. Yes, and furthermore, I don't have the upkeep. These are all free. Free! Okay. It would be fun to copy Naturalist. Because, like, all of these effects. The problem is... if I copy or if I use on that guy to copy Formidable Rhinoceros, then Formidable Rhinoceros destroys itself because it says when this card enters play, destroy any other form cards. So I can't do that. I could copy Electrical Storm, but that's not going to do much right now. And I can copy Maria Elena's plot, but Guise does not have any equipment cards, so that doesn't really do too much. You could look at the bottom card of his deck. Selling out, and by the way, guys cannot use powers. Selling out, I don't have too many cards to use for that. Gritty Reboot, not exciting. I can do that too, unless I want to discard more Comodora cards, but I think we'll just skip and draw more cards. Oh yeah, I'm that guy. And Retcon. And everyone draws cards. Paradoha Figurehead. Ball Lightning. Environmental Allies. Where did I leave that? So Environmental Allies unfortunately doesn't work with the Rhinoceros to its full extent. But it does reduce damage dealt to environment targets by 1, which will keep environment targets in play, which will let Blend into the Pack help Naturalist more. And if I turn Gazelle, then hero targets are immune to damage dealt by environment targets. However, this environment, other than the Triceratops, most of these cards deal 1 damage. So with Atlantean Throne Room, there's not as much damage coming from the environment, so I don't really need to worry about it. Rift in Time, I want to keep the Throne Room. I want to keep Filter Spy. I guess Filter Spy also deals more than 1 damage, but we'll take out Rift in Time. Tendrils of Madness, unfortunately, will increase Comodora's damage, even if damage was not dealt this way, but it is another target for Naturalist to enjoy. Temporal Thief. Well, the good news is she's flipping. Flintlock and Cutlass, Grievous Hailstorm, Natural Forms Powered, Gimmicky Character. So the good news is she's flipping, which means that Naturalist can get the Gazelle back, or the Crocodile back, which is nice. The bad news, there's damage here. Let's hit Tempest. Okay. Discard a card to keep this card in play. I don't think we need to take time as much because we do have other destruction effects. So let's get rid of that. Plus, I don't have 5 cards in hand. Temporal Rigging. I'm going to destroy this card because then Maria Elena's Plot lets me draw a card. And I can't deal damage to anything with the damage reduction, but I can draw a card. And now I can take my plate power and draw phases in any order. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a card first because I will draw 2 and I get Ship Shape and Rudder in the Time Stream, which is a new one. Equipment. At the start of your turn, either discard a card or destroy this card. Power. Move 1 card from a trash to the bottom of that card's deck. Then move 1 card from a different trash to the bottom of that card's deck. Draw 1 card. Synergizes really well with Super Scientific Tachyon. Synergizes really well with, not that one, Concordant Elm. See, now I'm just going to keep saying this, and people are going to come in and be like, why is you saying Concordant Elm? Doesn't he know it's supposed to be Helm? But this combos well with Concordant Elm, because I could take a card from the trash. Or it was this one. I can take a card from my trash, put it at the bottom of my deck, and then use Concordant Helm to put it into my hand. At the expense of my base power. But this also lets me draw a card, which will keep Rudder in the Time Stream active. However, I did get Ship Shape. Which means that, well, I guess we're doing well on cards, so I don't need that effect as much. But the first time a card is discarded, I may draw a card so I can keep things in play a little more easily. With Concordant Helm, I get 2 extra cards from the draw at the start of my turn, and moving a card from a trash or bottom of my deck into my hand. Ship Shape sort of prevents, not really prevents, but prevents the first discard from having an effect. And Atlantean Throne Room is letting me draw a card. So all of those are countering the discard effects. But I do have a healthy hand, so I should probably start getting more active with Comodora instead. So, let's go ahead and utilize Rudder in the Time Stream. Move 1 card from a trash to the bottom of that card's deck. So, we could do this on a hero deck, but if I get La Parodaja Magnifica out from the trash, it can't be put into play through other means. However, it's also possible she got rid of all those cards herself, and it looks like she did. Because the card that grabs Parodaja from the trash is all together now, and she has none in her deck, so it doesn't matter if that happens. Motley Crew takes Crew from the trash and puts them into play. It also plays the top card of the villain deck, so it's pretty bad. But if I take Crew from the trash and I put it into the deck, we don't have the other cards anymore that play or search for villains from that deck, because it was Raiding Party. There's no more Raiding Party, so I could just put Crew into the deck, and then Motley Crew, when it gets played, isn't going to do anything. We also have a lot of means of mitigating Motley Crew, so I don't know that that's really going to do too much. I could Chronological Sweet Spot, see what we do with that. Oh no, I already played that. Never mind, I can't do that. We're on my power phase. See, I can't even remember what I'm doing. Alright, well, Comodora was one that if I put it on the bottom of my deck, then I draw it anyway, so, or I can put it in my hand immediately. So let's utilize Harnessed Anomaly, because that was a fun one. And is there a card from Time Cat that we would want to shuffle in? I don't think that is a case. And I mean, there's a lot of Crew in here though, so it's going to be hard to really do much with that. But and I mean, like, we do have like reclaims for the hero, so I should do Capitan. I just don't know what card would be good here. Maybe Maria Elena's Revenge. Maybe. It's at least not a card that activates immediately. I'll do that. Because I'm weird. Keep that in Tempest play area. And the bottom card of my deck, forgot what it was, but let's take it. Harnessed Anomaly. Can't remember what I did 5 seconds ago. Oh boy. Okay. So there's no real need to reclaim right now. Unless I want a Tempest card. Which I don't think these are too exciting. The only other option is Ball Lightning, which, I mean, it is going to do 4 damage, and I do have part of fake cards, so let's do it. Because the objective of this game is to win. You win by dealing damage. I still remember a YouTube comment from forever ago that said, if Lude would stop channeling his inner Jeremy, to which I said, you know, I do have to deal 80 damage at some point to win the game. If you want me to not deal damage over the course of the game, it's kind of difficult to win. It is possible in various situations, but I do have to deal damage at some point in order to destroy Capitan and win the game, so. Alright, what do I want to do here? Protect those anomalies, Tendrils of Madness, those increasing Capitan's damage with no extra effect. I could redirect damage to Naturalist with Indomitable Force, but while we do have a lot of damage reduction, there's also not a lot of damage that's happening to the hero team as much. I mean, Filter Spy is targeting a hero. The game should have a diplomatic option so you could win without dealing damage. I mean, it'd be kind of hard to make sure that every villain had a means of winning without dealing damage, but it'd also be kind of cool. Not gonna lie. Bestial Shift, reduce damage dealt to the Naturalist by 1 until the start of your next turn, just so you have extra damage reduction. Cornered Beast, destroy a target with 3 or fewer. I could destroy the Filter Spy. I'm drowning in options here. Naturalist regains 2 HP. That's decent. Certainly we have lots of cards now, so I don't have to keep using the draw effect. So let's put out a different power. Because you can totally use Diplomacy on Playground. Okay. I guess I could have done the Crafty Assault thing and controlled the villain and environment. But that's okay. Anything to copy here? Again, not really. Where did I leave that? To put a card from my trash into my hand or draw 2? Let's draw 2 and see what we get. We get Selling Out, and we get Look What I Found. So is there a card from my trash that I really want? Extreme is kind of a +1. So let's discard those 2. Oh. Hello, Pricey Provinces. How are you doing? I got what I was looking for, actually. Right now I'm playing a game of I'm hitting the wrong button, but pretending like it was the button I meant to press, despite what I just said. So yeah, I actually got what I was looking for. That was nice. I like those 2 cards. They're kind of nice cards. I'm gonna use one because I can hit Capitan and actually hit her with the 1 damage now. And I get best card ever! Okay. Cards now. Another Concordant Elm. A Chain Lightning. Indomitable Force, number 2. Total Beefcake. Environment plays Fixed Board! Fixed Board is in play! To what effect can we use Fixed Point? Well, here's an immediate effect. Also, there was, yeah. So all the cards underneath La Capitan cannot be removed because fixed point makes all cards other than this card indestructible. And so these cards cannot be removed from play by any means, which actually is a little sad because I wanted to be able to get all these forms into play, but I can't, so whatever. At the start of my turn, either discard a card or destroy this card. This card's indestructible, so I'm going to skip the discard. At the start of your turn, either discard a card or destroy this card. This card's indestructible, so I'm going to skip this one. I'm going to draw 2 cards. So, cards are indestructible, which means that, yes, those cards cannot be removed from play. We drew Weigh Anchor, 1 shot. Reveal the bottom card of your deck if it has the same card, has the same name as a limited card currently in play. Discard it, otherwise put it into play. If an equipment card enters play this way, repeat the text of this card. Which, by the way, what's the bottom card of my deck? Weigh Anchor. Which is the same card as it was, but I wonder though, it does say if it enters play this way, so I guess it doesn't mean if it enters play after playing a Weigh Anchor that reveals an equipment card. Otherwise, it'd be fun to just double up on effects. But we can sort of control things, right? We can use this card to move an equipment to the bottom of my deck, and then I could chain a lot of equipments and force them all to enter play at once. So now I have 2 reasons to control Comodora's deck. Do I want chip shape? I don't think I do. We're good with cards still. Let's do chronological sweet spot. And then let's move equipments from my trash to the bottom of my deck, because I could combo that card a bajillion and 1 times. Let's get one of these. Let's start with Cannon Portal. And so we can actually use this to sort of control fixed points reemergence, because normally this card enters play, gets destroyed, and you never see it again until the environment trash shuffles. But if I could put fixed point on the bottom of the deck, I'll know exactly when it will come back into play, and I could like have a super effective turn where Guise plays a bajillion cards that would normally destroy themselves at the start of his turn but stay in play. So let's keep that in mind for later. I don't want to do it now though, because I want to make sure we get through the deck. But is there something that we can do here? So altogether, no. Oh, we don't want to put that. Or I guess if it's this is going to the bottom of the deck. So if I put altogether now on the bottom, and then I put the other altogether now on the bottom, and then I put Paradaha Magnifica on the bottom, that kind of short circuits Capitan's plays. Let's do that. Okay, well, keep this on Tempest, and let's not move the bottom card of my deck to my hand. I think I also don't want to move an equipment card from my trash unless I... Well, I mean, it's going to take several usages of this power for this to actually give me the benefit that I want, but yeah, I'll just skip it because I don't need the cards. Reveal cards. We have Ship Shape, which is not 1 shot, not 1 shot, not 1 shot, and 1 shot. Which, well, I can't deal the damage, but it will be in play and have 5 or fewer HP, so I can play a card from this, which, by the way, is indestructible, so I could keep an effect out. So what do I want? I might as well just play a bajillion ongoings this round, or not this round, but like starting here. This is not, unfortunately, it's not timed well, but Well, I might as well. I'm definitely gonna. Oh yeah, I'm that guy at some point. Hello, RPD. How are you doing tonight? All right. So, none of these are going to really benefit from anything. Unless I want to reclaim and get a Guise card back faster. I can't get him to draw it faster, though. Fixed point doesn't make Capitan immune to damage because the only damage is prevented if a card is moved to the appropriate trash, which it didn't. So Capitan took damage even though she has 5 cards underneath her. You suspect Greengrocer is doing. I kind of want Natural Born Vigor. But if I put it on top of his deck, he's going to shuffle his deck when he searches for the Gazelle, so it's not going to do too much. Let's Ball Lightning. Oh, you ate some bananas and now your stomach's acting up. Oh no, you're blowing up. There's bombs. Bombs in your stomach. Okay. Yes, HP. And I mean, we're gonna use his base power to get the Gazelle because this form is indestructible. The Gazelle is indestructible. I guess I could have Yad on Naturalist. And then he could benefit from the Gazelle and the Rhino, but I don't think Guise has much use for that, though. Let's control the decks. Capitan, Cat, Time Cat. So, Captain's Orders, Maria Elena's Revenge. Not too bad. Rift in Time and Oppressive Smog. Oppressive Smog, we're not really doing too much HP recovery, and it will lower Capitan's HP regain. Rift in Time will put it into play anyway. And by the way, the other 3 cards in this deck, Charging Triceratops, Surprise Shopping Trip, and Typhoon, in some order, just for record's sake. Let's put Rift in Time on top because it's gonna come into play at some point anyway, unless I discard a card. But Captain's Orders versus Maria Elena's Revenge. Maria Elena's Revenge isn't gonna do anything immediately, and Captain's Orders. So Captain's Orders deal damage to the hero with the lowest, who is currently Tempest. But if I do use whatchamacallit, Indomitable Force, it can redirect and Naturalist can soak it. So let's get the Gazelle now. Oh my gosh, all my forms are indestructible. I am a Rhino Gazelle. Okay. So, unfortunately now, I mean, oh yeah, I'm that guy. What stayed in play because it's indestructible, but now the ongoing cards won't last more than 1 round if I play them now, so I can't combo the ongoing cards. So let's just do things. Best card ever. Total Beefcake, and let me see that. Hit Capitan.
Oh man, the look on your face. Woo!
Might as well do HP regen stuff while the Oppressive Smog is not in play. And we're not going to be dealt damage because the environment's playing the Smog and Capitan is playing Maria Elena's Revenge, so Total Beefcake's not going to do anything. So I don't think there's a reason to play any of these cards. Let me see that again. I can copy one of these things. I could use my play power and draw phases in any order, which isn't going to benefit me at all. I could use rudder in the time stream to move cards around, but that's not going to benefit me at all. I could play Gritty Reboot, but I can't even hit myself with it. Could play Selling Out, but I don't have cards to sell out with. Could play Retcon, but I could only destroy a fixed point, which is going to destroy itself. Total Beefcake. But there's no damage to redirects. Unless I can somehow hit guys multiple times, but this redirects to the non-hero with the lowest, which isn't going to be Capitan anyway, so I'm just going to skip. I will use my power to draw a card. But I'm not really doing too well with guys here, because I can't figure out any combination that works too well. I could have, I guess, I can do that too on Comodora, but I don't really feel like that will do anything. Discard, play. Well, there's no non-indestructible villain cards. Threatening Stomp. Well, we can redirect damage. Super Ultra Kawaii! Draw cards. Harnessed Anomaly. Otherworldly Resilience. Shifter's Strength. Super Ultra Kawaii! And now Filter Spy is destroyed. Rift in Time. Oh my gosh! Oppressive Smog. Oh my gosh! Maria Elena's Revenge. Oh my gosh. Okay, hello there, Capitan or Comodora, whoever you are. Discard a card for this. We're keeping Way Anchor. I'm gonna get rid of Ship Shape, because I don't want it. We have so many Harnessed Anomalies. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get rid of Concordant Elm. I have to destroy one of my cards. Oh no. Do I have another rudder? Oh. Oh, I do. Yeah, I do. We'll destroy this rudder. Draw a card. Temporal Rigging. I will draw a card. Timeless Treasure. Way Anchor. Until Zach mentioned me, I had no idea. You had no idea I played Sentinels, considering last video you saw me, I was watching my 13-2 run. Feels good to see me play a game where time makes sense. It doesn't even make sense in Sentinels either. That's the best part. Alright, bottom card of my deck is an equipment. But the card above it is not an equipment, so I'm going to save Way Anchor because it's not going to do too much immediately. I mean, the card above it is in fact a Way Anchor, so it's not like it's too bad. But oh, this is a new one. Timeless Treasure, equipment. At the start of your turn, either discard a card or destroy this card. At the end of your turn, up to 3 players may each draw a card. This card actually, if you use one of the 3 draws on yourself, says up to 2 players may each draw a card. Oh, and by the way, you could discard a card if you, yeah. If it's not you change the future, you change the past, then very much yes. Yes, 13-2 does do that. If you change the future, you change the past. You can remold history as your heart desires. Come now, you, before you're made to see more. That's 13 too. I'm gonna put a cannon portal out. Oh no, hold on. Never mind. I'm not playing that card. I'm playing Rudder and Time Stream. And we're gonna move an equipment to the bottom of my deck. Such as Rudder in the Time Stream. And Time Cat, we're gonna put Fixed Point on the bottom. So now we know there are 3 more rounds before the next Fixed Point. Keep that in Tempests. I could just keep... Oh no, did I put it on the bottom? I did, didn't I? I did. Rudder's on the bottom. I could keep moving Rudder into my hand and just having Chronological Sweet Spot destroy it. But since I didn't do that, I definitely don't want to move the bottom card of my deck because we're building up for Way Anchor. And do I want one of these equipments or do I want to just skip it again? I think I'll skip it again. We're healthy on cards anyway. Alright, Comodora reveals Brig Teleporter, Genebound Shackles, Shifter's Strength, discard cards, draw cards, play a card. Well, is there a card here that I want? Natural Born Vigor, maybe. Considering that it's not in my hand. So, I'm keeping the Predator's Eye because I want that. I really should be using this, but I've been trying to play other cards. Indomitable Force I was going to use, I guess. Primal Charge. Draw 4 cards. I don't need cards. I'm going to discard that one. Blend into the pack we already have. Cornered Beast isn't doing anything. Crafty Assaults. Environmental Allies. I could actually play this now, and heroes will be immune to environment damage. Well, environment target damage. Not that there's too much of that going around now. Feral Fury's not doing too much. I don't really use Shifter's Strength too much, even though I'm actually using it now because it was forcibly played. I'm going to keep Bestial Shift because it's awesome. I've discarded 6 cards, so I'm drawing 6 of the 7, so I should discard a 7th, so I guess I'll get rid of an Indomitable Force. It's not like I'm going to play all of these cards before the game ends. It's not going to happen. And then I can play a card. I'm gonna use Natural Born Vigor, and you'll see why. And Extreme. Okay, damage. And now I want to get the crocodile on the and back in the trash or somewhere. I didn't. But I want to get it back so I could do fixed point shenanigans in the future. I know I'm not there yet, but we'll get there. I could get my Genebound Shackles if I reclaim, so I'm going to reclaim. And here, Comodora will actually draw this card and could theoretically play it. So it was their Ship Shape. We have Ship Shape, guys. I can play Ship Shape. Actually, no, we're going to draw it with Atlantean Throne Room, so yeah. But I probably do want to put something on top, but I don't think any of these are especially exciting. So I guess I'll just put the Future Tech Gun. I want the Genebound Shackles, that's why I played this. And Naturalist deck is empty, so whatever card he puts on top, he will draw. So, hyperactive senses. Looking forward to how to do fixed point shenanigans in the future will change the fixed point shenanigans in the past. Well, I thought this wasn't 13-2. Oh boy, why have we not gotten your Guise the Barbarians yet? Oh. Oh. This is a bug. I figured out why Maria Elena's plot wasn't working as well. It's because Guise copied it at one point, and now it never works on Comodora, but only works on Guise. Actually, I guess it's because, oh yeah, that guy is active. I don't know why it's not triggering here, though. Never mind, it's not 100% of a bug. It is a bug that it's not working for La Comodora, but... Anyway, the bottom of Guise's deck is, let me see that, and there's 2 Guise Barbarians above it. 2 within the 8 cards above it. But Extreme is a card that he does want because of damage reductions. So let's put that there. Draw Genebound Shackles. Deal the damage. And then let's put the Crocodile on the bottom. Alright. So now we're at Naturalist's turn. He will try to regain 1 HP and fail. If you regain 4 HP, this card gets destroyed. I'm going to regain 4 HP. Oh, whoops. It was only 2. Oh, well. Guess I'm just going to leave this card in play after all. Fun fact, guys. Oppressive Smog. Reduce all HP recovery by 2. Natural Born Vigor. At the start of your turn, the Naturalist may regain 4 HP. If he does, destroy this card. Guess what? If that gets reduced, it doesn't actually count as 4 HP, so this card doesn't get destroyed. That's right, Oppressive Smog actually was useful for us. So we might just actually leave it in play, because it's reducing Capitan's HP regen. Alright, so I have the Natural Born Vigor. I think now I'm just going to start doing +1s on Capitan. Because we... Or no, wait. Oh, no. Increase 1... Oh, no. Let's get rid of the cards first so that I can use this to maximum effect. So, let's use Bestial Shift, I guess. Regain 3, which is actually 1. Does that work if Medico increases it? If you regain 5 HP... then you regain 4 HP and an additional 1, so yes, it would still destroy itself. If it gets reduced, which generally, like, this can happen in any game if he is close to max HP, like if he's 3 below and he uses this, he only regains 3, and so the card doesn't destroy itself. It's also triggering here because of Oppressive Smog, but, I mean, there's not too many effects that reduce HP recovery. I think, like, there's a villains in Cap that reduces all HP recovery to 1, or all hero HP recovery to 1, in which case Natural Born Vigor would never destroy itself. But yeah, if you regain more than 4, then in particular you regained 4, so you would have that trigger. Okay, so I don't need to, I mean, I could get the Croc in play, but then I would not have these things. I don't need to draw cards. Sure, I'll regain 3 HP. I'll reduce damage dealt to the Naturalist by 1. I'll have a player draw 2 cards, whose name is Guise. So he gets his extreme and his gimmicky character. And sure, I will trigger this, so I regain 0. Okay, I guess that wasn't as effective. I have an additional power because of Natural Born Vigor, so I might as well use the Rhinoceros to draw 2. So I might just actually destroy Oppressive Smog at this point, though. As fun as it could be. Now, I do want to get cards out from Capitan, so I should actually work on doing that. So, to that end, What should we do here? We could gimmick a character to get the fixed point faster. Let's do that. I know I'm not going to regain any HP even with Oppressive Smog, but got rid of the Captain's orders. I knew that was on top, but that's okay. She can't do terrible things at this point. She could Temporal Thief, I guess. But no, we're pretty in control here, so I should just win. We discarded Typhoon, so whatever. Now what? I should just hit Capitan. Let's do that. Hit Capitan. In fact, let's get to fixed point faster. Get rid of that card, which was not going to do anything. So, Surprise Shopping Trip is a fun card when there's a damage reduction, such as through Atlantean Throne Room, because it does nothing except waste a lot of time each time a card enters play. Unless you give a +1 to, like, Capitan or something. So, I think I want to do another damage instance somehow. But I don't really want to use Look What I Found for that. So we're getting the Charging Triceratops. It's happening. And it's not going to trigger until the start of the environment turn, so no way to deal with that. Oh yeah, I'm that guy. Oh right, we could do that to get Rudder in the time stream. Or not that, but here we go. Still no Guise the Barbarian. All right. One shot. Here we go. Shuffle any number of equipment cards. How about all of them? Because this will be a lot of damage. Oh, no, wait, no, never mind. I don't want to do that. Never mind. Let's actually... So this is going to be one irreducible if I don't shuffle any. The reason is I can't actually deal the damage because this is a thing. It was going to be exciting, but oh well. We still got rid of a card. Tempest. Not a one-shot. Naturalist. Not a one-shot. Not a one-shot. Wait a minute. Have I not seen a blatant reference either? No. One of them I got discarded a while ago, I guess. I just never saw it. There it is. Yeah, it was super early. Okay. Draw cards. Cannon Portal. Cleansing Downpour. Cornered Beast. Oh, yeah, I'm that guy. So what Guise is telling me is that... This is the Mr. Fixer situation all over again. Remember that one time that I was trying to get Hoist Chain and I was drawing Mr. Fixer's deck like mad, only to find out that Hoist Chain was the bottom two cards of his deck were his two Hoist Chain cards? It's almost that situation again. Technically it's not because the bottom card of the deck is Let Me See That, but Guise the Barbarian is 2 of the 3 cards above it, so exciting. I could actually get Fixed Point right now. I'm not set up for it. Guise should have played a bajillion cards if he was going to do that. So I guess we'll just destroy Rift in Time. If I keep Rift in Time in play, then we're going to get Charging Triceratops and Fixed Point immediately. But I'm not set up for that, so I'm just going to destroy Rift in Time. A player may discard 1 card to destroy this card. Naturalist has 20 cards. So we'll lose one of these. We'll get rid of Indomitable Force. I'm not going to use it at this point, I think. Oh my gosh! Charging Triceratops! No way! Okay. Fixed Point is the next card. Get set up for Fixed Point. Alright, Motley Crew, whatever. Lepiste, whatevs. Siegebreaker? More like Siege Noper. Plunder? Oh my gosh, I have to destroy 3 of my hero ongoing and or equipment cards? Well, oh yeah, it's going to destroy itself anyway, so lose that one. And I think we'll get rid of Chronological Sweet Spot. We'll figure something else out. And I mean, blend into the pack. I guess it is reducing his damage by, or reducing damage to him by 2, but he is now at 19, so like I don't need that. I think we discarded the other one he had, but that's okay. He doesn't need all this reduction, especially when it's probably going to be hit. He's probably going to be hit with the irreducible damage, so it doesn't even trigger. Okay. Yeah, we're still gonna discard for this. Should definitely discard equipments because then I can move them to the bottom of my deck. That said, well, I could draw a card. Oh, I only have 1 equipment on the bottom of my deck. Oh. Okay, well, I know the bottom 2 are rudder and way anchor, so I could draw combat training and flintlock, and that's not going to change anything. And then I could play way anchor. Oh no, combat timing's on my bottom. Why is that on my bottom? Oh, because I'm dumb. I'm dumb. I know what I did. I screwed it up. Screwed it up. Just do this. Just keep moving equipments. Actually, let me take this back. It's kind of cheating because I learned some information, but at the same time, I could have looked at Maria Elena's plot and seen that, so I'm going to take that back. I'm instead... Oh, nope, I can't even I still can't use Run Aground because she still has that 1 card there. So let's harness the Anomaly. Dude, we can use Harness Anomaly to put Fixed Point in play. I mean, not now, but we could have. Like, an empty deck, we put Fixed Point into the deck and then play Fixed Point. That would have been funny. I mean, I can't do that at all now, but I could have done that. I want a card that will deal damage to Capitan. I want some sort of guarantee that that card will happen and deal damage to Capitan. Guise has no guarantee with that. Tempest also has no guarantee with that. I mean, we're shuffling a card from the trash, so technically there is a chance of that card entering play, but oh, I guess. Oh no, Comodora, we have a big chance. So let's shuffle a Comodora card. Let's do Flintlock and Cutlass. And we played Flintlock and Cutlass. All right. So now we can actually hit Capitan. I'm going to ignore all the other villain targets. Now I'm going to play Run Aground, and I'm going to move all 8 of these equipment cards to my deck. And then I will hit Capitan for an irreducible 9. So now there is a big chance that I will chain a bunch of equipment cards with Way Anchor. I could have maybe waited a little bit to ensure that would happen, but I don't have any equipments in my deck because I just literally moved them all. So I'm not going to actually hit Comodora with this. But I could, okay, no, I could put a card from Time Cat on the bottom of the deck, and then I could play the thing, yeah. So Let's put a card from Time Cat on the bottom that I don't really care about. I mean, Passing Tumbleweed is my favorite card, as mentioned in the previous stream. And guys, I mean, I don't think that would be useful. I don't really think any of these will be useful. Let's move a Capitan card, I guess. Captain's orders. Alright, so I'm gonna keep this there still. Bottom card of my deck is Future Tech Deck Gun, so I'm gonna skip that. Damage. At the very least, we will have a fun environment shenanigan soon enough. Okay. I will activate this. I will not activate this. I will... Predator's Eye. Yes. Now's the time for this. 2 powers. Give Guise card draws. Guise the Barbarian, followed by Retcon. Okay, so they weren't the bottom 2 of the card above the bottom card, but whatever. Regain 2. Regain 3, because Fixed Point is not in play yet. But we will soon have the Gazelle, Crocodile, Rhinoceros effect. So, I'm playing Selling Out, and I'm going to play Super Ultra Kawaii. And we're going to get literally every Guise card in play. Guise the Barbarian number 2. So, don't play Oh Yeah, I'm That Guy yet, because cards aren't indestructible yet, but I will play Extreme.
I'll see you in hell. Except, wait, I'm not gonna die. Just you.
Combat Training. Electrical Storm. Indomitable Force. Let me see that. Damage. Oh my gosh, Fixed Point! Okay. Discard a card to play 3 cards that share that card's name. So, let's get rid of... I can do that too. I'm gonna play Retcon just so I can then play Guise the Barbarian. I'm not gonna destroy a card, but I will play Guise the Barbarian. So now I have a +2 and my damage is irreducible. Now I could play Best Card Ever for awesome effect. Forget where did I leave that? And where did I leave that? 5 irreducible damage to Capitan. Woo! Now I can play any card. So, I am now the Naturalist. Why is this one of the things? Can't destroy anything, can't destroy anything. And that card just wanted to say it existed, I guess. Okay. And then a card that lets me play a card would be Retcon. To which I'll try to destroy Atlantean Throne Room. Oh no, I can't! And now I'll be a beefcake. So not only am I reducing damage by like 4 because of copying the Naturalist. Oh hey, Lapis, you are doing a lot of damage. I don't care because I'm indestructible. Let's hit Guise and beefcake it away. And then this. And then, oh no, you're hitting Tempest. All right. I'm not going to discard a card. Oops, it's indestructible. I'm not going to discard a card. Oops, it's indestructible. I'm going to... Normally you would want to draw a card here. I'm going to play a card because I don't want to draw equipments if they're all stacked, which... They're not necessarily all stacked, but wherever Flintlock and Cutlass is when I stop playing cards. Other than Concordant and Elm, I guess also counts. Wait, Anchor reveals Future Tech Deck Gun, Temporal Rigging, Concordant Elm. No! Alright, well, that did something. Draw a card. Concordant Elm. Use a power. Let's deal up to 5 targets, 1 irreducible energy damage each. Because it's getting increased to Capitan, but no one else. Le Piste. Siegebreaker. So we've not used anything other than base power and rudder and time stream, but we do have this nice irreducible damage dealing effect here. By the way, Guise can redirect it, so we'll redirect it with Guise to La Piste. So this might be better on Guise, right? Because he has Super Ultra Kawaii. He's going to play a card on his turn. He has damage dealing cards, so Guise. And let's go ahead and move an equipment for my trash, I guess. All right, look what I found. 7 irreducible damage. I'm not even gonna get to be the Crocodile Rhino Gazelle. No, never mind. Naturalist is using a power. All right, here we go. I'm searching my deck for the crocodile. We did it! We did it! We formed the head! And actually, order matters here. Let me... come on. Order matters. Final Breath is highest. Siegebreaker is next highest. And then the rest doesn't matter. But yes, both Naturalist and Guise are super form. We have the Rhinoceros, we have the Gazelle, we have the Crocodile, and we have this on Guise. So, there you go. Fixed point shenanigan completed. So, let's see how low we can get Capitan now. That's my next goal. Make Capitan regret the day that she was born. That is not how you do that. I meant to scroll through my deck, or hand. But Chain Lightning is the best bet. I could try to hit the other targets so that Capitan is then highest, but I don't think that's going to work out. So I'll just hit Capitan directly. And now we're going to get Capitan as low as we can. In fact, now Guise can redirect it. And it will redirect to Capitan because she's the lowest! Yay! The others don't matter, so I'll just hit Siegebreaker. He is considered highest. We have the Gazelle, the Crocodile, the Rhino, and we have the Guise. Alright, so with Genebound Shackles, order of damage tends to matter. It's not mattering here, because Capitan's now in negatives, but we did manage to trigger it twice, at least. Guys, play a card. When in doubt, I can do that too. You could actually let me see that on Genebound Shackles, but that's not going to help as much. But we are going to definitely copy Tempest's power because a gazillion HP. 7 irreducible damage right there. Only the first of that, though. Or no, wait. Or no, yeah, because one of the +1s was from Naturalist. The other +1 was from... look what I found. I do want to activate this one. I will activate... Oh. Why is that triggering on Guise? Shouldn't that trigger at the start of Guise's turn? Is that a bug? I mean, it is... So, oh yeah, I'm that guy. Treat this card as if it had the game text of every ongoing card in that player's play area. This one says at the start of your turn, the Naturalist regains 1 HP. I remember there was discussion over this. I can't remember what the final verdict was. I will regain the 4 HP here because the card is indestructible. So why did that? I don't know. Yeah, that's the discussion I was thinking of, was the Argent Adept thing. How when you copy or when you steal an instrument and you trigger a rhythm or whatever, it's the Argent Adept's choice because it's not copying it. I don't know. If Soundvar's not having an issue with it, I'll just assume it's working as intended. I need to play Predator's Eye. I will activate that. I will not draw a card. I will deal damage. I will Deadly Crocodile. And then I will Natural Forms Power, because I can activate all of these! Guys will draw 2 cards, because we want guys to have cards. Still hasn't gotten the blatant reference. Naturals regain 2. Yeah, that's the only thing that seemed odd, indeed. Deal damage here. And deal damage here! Except it doesn't redirect because it's not high enough. Silly guys. Guys, play a card. If that target is still in play and has 5 or fewer HP, you may play a card. Sure. Let's play Say Cheese. For 6 irreducible damage to Capitan. And hey, by the way, you're at 5 or fewer HP, so I'm going to go ahead and play a card. I will put this on something. I think the only one that makes sense. Concordant Elm. Excellent. See, this is what triggered. And now this is... Oh! Is triggering for both, is what's going on. Okay. And so, okay, now I think I remember what's happening, is that when you copy it, it triggers for both. Because it is a Rhino effect, and so when you copy a Rhino effect, or when you copy any effect, rather, on an ongoing card. But then why didn't this... Oh, because I guess it was Naturalist doing that. But like, with Resilient Hide, it's a Rhino effect, which means that... Okay, I think I know what's going on then. So was it... So let me see what happens here. So is it Guise regaining 1 HP twice? No, Naturalist is regaining this one. That I find a little weird, but... I think I understand more what's happening. I do want to regain 4, because this card is indestructible. Indestructible, 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 indestructible! That didn't destroy it, did it? Yeah, no, it did. I thought I heard a destroy noise. Okay, draw card. Look what I found. Blatant reference. Yeah. Since I activated the effect in the future, I changed the past effect. Yes. Blatant reference.
This is a tasty burger.
So. I know why this is. It's just so funny. Oh my gosh. No, I'm going to do this because I think that's still better. Look what I found. I guess I'm not drawing a card though, and I'm playing a card at the end of my turn. So no, I'm not going to do that because I'm going to play that at the end of my turn anyway. He does an air guitar while trying to destroy. That's what confusing. All right, I'm going to do this natural form's power to have a player draw 2 cards like Guise. So I can do that too. So now that's awesome. And then I will regain 2, and then I will hit Capitan. And I will hit Guise, who redirects it to Capitan. Oh, I already hit myself this turn? Really? Did I? I drew a card. Oh, you're right. Okay. Okay. Got it. Understand now. So in that case, since I can't do the redirect, then I guess the better effect then is just to do the 2 damage. You're right. I forgot about that. I never really encounter a situation where the redirect matters. I mean, I know there are situations where it matters greatly, but it doesn't come up too often for me. Okay. Oh, and I have another power because I'm copying the card. This one, because I think, yeah, we'll still do that. And then yes, and then yes, and then hit Capitan, and then don't hit Guise. But I will hit Final Breath so I can actually wipe the villain board. No, actually, I don't want to wipe the villain board because Capitan will retaliate. Move an equipment card from your trash to your hand. There is none. Move the bottom card of my deck to my hand. There is one. I can do that too. I could actually, like, use this thing. But that's not as good as look what I found. I mean, it will hit a bajillion things, which would be fun, but it's not as good as look what I found. Or 8 irreducible damage. So what is Capitan's max HP again? Because we almost got her to almost the negative of her max HP. But we got her to minus 54! Negative 54! Alright, and then it doesn't matter at this point, but card draws. And then the charging Triceratops goes after either La Piste or Final Breath. And now, if I choose the wrong order, Capitan hits us all for 3 psychic damage. But you know, Guise doesn't care. Oh, and that kills her! Oh my gosh. That was probably the funnest game of Sentinels I had. It wasn't a hard match, but just the amount of shenanigans we had going into that. This makes up for my feeling insecure about Guise shenanigans earlier, for sure. All right, we got her down to negative 57 HP. So if you have any difficulties trying to figure out how to take down La Capitan, just get her to negative 57 HP. That's how you win the game. Also, if you're interested in how to play La Comodora, hopefully this was a useful stream for that. Unfortunately, I only managed to fit the one game in, and I wanted to get other stuff done. Screw it. One more game. I would normally do viewer's choice, but I'm actually gonna just do a quick game, which means Baron Blade, and we'll put this in a watery environment. Yes, you are seeing Oblivion environments. No, I cannot play them. Put them in Ruins of Atlantis. We'll put Comodora, and this has to be Curse of the Black Spot, because that's what I'm told to play. And let's just do something fast. So Legacy, not Luminary. Raw. We'll make it variant Raw. Setting Sun Raw. We'll put Legacy in front. Or no, I guess we haven't seen Commodora's base dialogue, so let's put that. Let's put her in front still. And then another hero for this. I don't know. I love Chrono. We'll do Chrono. Now that the fabric of time is messier than ever, what are we going to do now, or earlier or later? We're going to play Baron Blade against Commodora, Legacy, Ra, and Chrono-Ranger in Ruins of Atlantis. And we're going to make this a super fast match. So after I see this dialogue, I'm going to then turn all the settings down. Tremble, fools. The moon grows closer with your every breath. Some win. This fight will have already been won. Now to find that time stream. Okay, so we are going to turn all of these to super short and fast, and we're going to get rid of damage dealing animations, animate damage modifiers, page flips, automatic, yes, all of that. And we're going to hold down the tab button, of course, so it goes by fast. La Comodora has Brig Teleporter, Run Aground, Timeless Treasure, and Way Anchor. If you're watching this game live or after the fact and you want to know what these cards do, you should watch the previous game. I'm going to play this game fast. Legacy has Backfist Strike, Heroic Interception, Next Evolution, and Legacy Ring. Setting Sun Ra has Flame Barrier, Flesh of the Sun God, Imbued Fire, and Scorched Earth. Chrono-Ranger has Compounded Bow, Ranger's Mark, Sudden Contract, and Terrible Tech Strike. Here we go. Mobile Defense, followed by Blade Battalion. Okay. And then here we're going to do something. Brig Teleporter deals damage, Timeless Treasure, discard a card. All right, Brig Teleporter, and then I will deal damage to the mobile defense. Discard. I don't want to discard Baron Blade. Ruins of Atlantis. Get rid of Toxic Seaweed. Should have used it on myself, but at the same time, you know, all right, Blade Battalion cannot deal damage. At the same time, you know, like, I got rid of Toxic Seaweed, so I got that going for me, which was nice. All right, I can put out Imbued Fire. I'm gonna put out Imbued Fire, and then I'm gonna use the power later, not now, but with Imbued Fire and the other thing, it's gonna be amazing. Sudden Contract, by any means, put that on Baron Blade. Hit Mobile Defense, and then hit Mobile Defense. All right, we have many +1s now. Baron Blade's going down super fast. Mystical Defenses, excellent. Hitting Baron Blade for 3. Baron Blade thinks a living force field is going to matter. I have to discard a card. We'll discard Way Anchor. Running ground. There's not my trash. Yeah, we'll do that one. It's not a fast thing, so none left is shaking his head at me. Hit Baron Blade. Even with living force field, it's still 4. Discard from Comodora. Chronological Sweet Spot. Yeah, we'll hit Baron Blade with this. I don't worry about the Blade Battalion at this point. Commodora takes a card. Chrono takes a card. Legacy or Ra. We'll do Ra. Fire Blast. Excellent. And then Legacy says Thok because Baron Blade Nemesis. And then base power for a +1. Get another Legacy Ring. Ra. I would want to use my base power, but I'm going to destroy an ongoing card if I do that. I can play Fire Blast. How about Flesh of the Sun God? Yeah, I'm going to do Flesh of the Sun God. I'm going to make ourselves immune to fire. And then I'll play Flame Barrier next turn just to destroy it. Displaced Armory. Jim's hat! Jim's hat! Jim's hat! Put out Jim's hat! I don't want to discard from Blade's deck. I said that earlier, in fact. Alright, Compounded Bow. Here we go. We got it. Some people say they would prefer to have the Compounded Bow instead of Jim's hat. I say, why not both? Okay, Enterprise. Hallway Collapse deals everyone damage. Things and stuff and hijinks. We're still in our 20s, so we're doing good. Blade Battalion comes out again. Let's hit Raw. Alright, discard a card. Run aground. Let's put out Maria. Oh, I have to discard another one for this. Way Anchor. Maria Atlantis Plot. We'll do that one. And now I can mitigate discards. Discard Comodora. Draw a card. Damage. Now Baron Blade cannot deal damage, guys! Baron Blade cannot deal damage! Comodora draws a card. Chrono draws a card. Legacy wants a damage dealer. He gets lead from the front instead. Okay, fine, whatever. I don't know what to do here. Legacy Ring. Maybe we'll get a damage dealer soon. There. Excellent. And Thok. Maybe I don't want to play that. Maybe Inferno. Yes. I'm not worried about the other things. I'm going to stop dealing damage. I'm going to use base power. I'm going to lose Flesh of the Sun God, but that's okay. We're trying not to make this game last too long. Skip. Eye on the prize. Damage. Draw a card. Dead or alive. Not good enough. Terrible Tech Strike. Bye-bye, Baron Blade. And then a Terrible Tech Strike on Baron Blade. Is Chrono gonna do it this turn? He's not, but Mystical Defenses will do it. Displaced Armory. And then Pillars of Hercules. But it doesn't matter. All right, that's how you beat Baron Blade in whatever time that was. I don't even know. I didn't time it. But that's how you use La Comodora, Curse of the Black Spot, to take out Baron Blade in 2 minutes or whatever. It's actually a very good setup we had. Would have been better if Legacy had started with an Inspiring Presence. But we had an early Imbued Fire. Chrono had an early by any means, or at least a means of getting by any means, and then his Jim's Hat and Compounded Bow. Why didn't I try to submit this for RPG Limit Break? I mean, speedruns of this are very difficult because they last like 2 minutes. But really, ideal speedruns require the best setup, or best starting hands, which is difficult to really get, so I don't know. I'm not really an expert on speedruns of Sentinels of the Multiverse, so that's why I didn't really try to submit it to RPG Limit Break. But it could be fun, maybe, to try to incorporate this and discuss the mechanics of the game in that setting. This is an RPG-ish game, so the actual RPG is called Sentinels, Sentinel Comics RPG, which is kickstarting right now, by the way. Which I have no idea where it is because I haven't backed it. If someone has a handy URL. Sentinels of Freedom, that's already been kickstarted. Alright, here we go. This is the link. So, I should discuss this for sure, but we have the Sentinel Comics role-playing game. It has $211,000 pledged of its $50,000 goal with 1,848 backers with 13 days to go. So this has been going on, I don't remember when it started. It's been going on for a couple weeks now. And if you like tabletop RPGs, like this is not an RPG video game, but an RPG game where you create a character on a tabletop setting and do some shenanigan with that, then you can look into this and invest towards this. There are a lot of stretch goals, or a lot of, not stretch goals, a lot of pledge levels. $19 gives you a PDF version of the core rulebook. $59 gives you the actual core rulebook in addition to the PDF. Special Sentinel for $99 gives you the special edition core rulebook instead of the original physical one. You'll also get the PDF there. For $110, you get the PDF version of the core rulebook, a custom dice set, and a Grandmaster kit. For $200, you get the PDF version of the core rulebook, the special edition core rulebook, the history of Sentinel comics, and the custom dice set and Grandmaster kit. For $350, you get all of that, and your name is written into the pages of the history of Sentinel comics. Your name written somewhere in the game of Sentinel Comics, not the game, but the history of Sentinel Comics, as in you'll be read about in the letters page. You might even have a letters page episode, like, episode number 167. So, Blue Dolphin is a special kind of hero that was adapted into what's it called? The Desperation episodes or whatever. I don't know, the thing about Blue Dolphin is that it's an R-rated version of a hero in the Sentinels universe. Because certainly in this alternate universe, there's some people who are more into the R-rated superhero type stuff, and certainly someone's worked in Sentinel Comics and come up with some R-rated version of stuff. But Blue Dolphin is a hero that lives entirely within the R-rated world. Yeah, and drawing art for that is kind of interesting. Sorry, that's my Christopher and Adam impersonations. All right, so I don't know if there's any add-ons after that. Oh no, here's add-ons. Right, but that's all. Oh, stretch goal items plus, yeah. So stretch goals. So 50,000 they funded, 75,000 add heritage and time slinger to the archives, 100,000 add-on book, the Guise book, 125,000 add Fright Train and Airmen to the archives, 150,000 free Sentinel comics coloring book. Ooh. 175,000 hero sheet PDFs of the visitors and the escalators from Greater Than Games live streams. $200,000 add-on book, Diamond Book of Monsters, and Extrulish Adventures. And if we get to $250,000, the Sentinels of Freedom Prelude one-shot, and the $300,000 stretch goal add-on book, Dark Watch source book. So you can certainly look into that and get some more information yeah. The thing I love about Kickstarters is the add-ons. Or the stretch goals, rather. I'm saying the wrong word. I love the stretch goals because they're bonuses that you get for having contributed to this. If you think that spending $59 to get the PDF rulebook and the physical rulebook is a lot of money, I mean, that's probably what it would be as a retail price in the future, but if you pay it now as opposed to in the future, you get all of those stretch goals in addition to the above, so it's some nice things to do. I haven't invested into this yet. I haven't even opened it up. As I said at the start of the stream, I've been very busy because I've just been busy. Like, I am teaching 5 classes this semester, and 2 of the classes meet 4 days a week for 50 minutes in the morning. That takes me from 9:10 in the morning until 11:15 or 11:05 rather. But it is a commute to downtown, which is half an hour there and half an hour back. And then I teach evening classes Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from 6 to 8:30, except on Wednesday it's 7 to 9:30. And it's been a long week because I had to help grade on Thursday, and that cut into some of what is usually my downtime. And I've basically been busy for the past 48 hours. This was my first chance to actually sit down and actually do some fun stuff. So, long story and personal content aside, I hope you enjoyed this stream, and I hope you look into investing into the Sentinel Comics, the role-playing game Kickstarter. I hope you check out the other streamers on this channel, because we certainly have some more demos that are going on in the coming days. I don't remember exactly what's being shown when, but I know that Another Letdown is showing something, and actually, let me try to reverse engineer what it is, because I can see the decks from here. So if I kick out everyone who's not Oblivion. So I know that Spirit of the Void was done by Dover this past Monday, and Luminary Empowered Attack was done with with Jeremy on Tuesday, and I did Comodora Curse of the Black Spot myself today. And I think that Dark Watch the Harpy is going to be done by Pirate Savvy on this coming Monday, which means that Another Letdown will be doing Blood Mage Lifeline on Sunday. So you get to see this hero and how he works with this different version, different base power that's sort of Raw-esque. And then you get to see how Pirate Savvy utilizes Dark Watch the Harpy, a power that is certainly different than the base power. I will not try to discuss these mechanics because that's what you should watch the other channels for. Check them out, and be sure to like, share, subscribe, and follow if you haven't already. Be sure to follow me on Twitch at LewDolphin20. Nope, not 21. LewDolphin, no digits on Twitch. On YouTube, it's also LewDolphin, no digits. Twitter, it's LewDolphin21 because 21 is my birth date. And I will leave it to you to figure out what month my birthday is. It's the 21st of some month, and it's up to you to figure out what it is. It is not February. Just in case you thought it was coming up this month. It is not February. 21st of Smarch. Is Smarch a month? Alright, well thank you for listening to this rambling post-stream special. And I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoy all of the streams and all of the content that I produce. Be sure to tune in next week where I try to finish the one-deck dungeon gauntlet that I couldn't do last week. I got to the boss and I think I died, or I died to the floor before it. I don't remember when. We will try to finish it next week, and then you can enjoy the Sentinels game afterwards. And then, yeah, just tune in. Where's Capitan? There's Capitan. Tune in, watch the content, love Sentinels, love One Deck Dungeon, love strategy, because that's what we do here all the time. Have a good night, everyone. I'll see you next week.